Hi, my name is Albert Marshall. I work for QuizTix. We are a mobile quiz game company.
What have you come to Pocket Gamer Connects to achieve, and what are your aims for the conference?
Hi, well, of course, there's general networking. We're a new mobile quiz game company, so we've got the usual challenges of user acquisition, finding potential kind of technology partners who help with advertising and analytics, and generally just picking up tips from our kind of friends, our competitors, and potential suppliers.
How important do you think these conferences are for indie developers?
I think they offer, as I said, they offer the chance to talk to people going through the same battles, same challenges, different aspects of the challenges that you meet. You pick up different opportunities to meet suppliers from all around the world. I've met people already from Japan, from West Coast of America, from France, Eastern Europe, and they've all got really individual and kind of like interesting insights into how you tackle different challenges.
What challenges do you face growing your business in the current climate? And is getting your game discovered the biggest issue?
Yeah, I'd say game discovery is right up there. That's the real challenge, and there's so many great games being made at the moment, and there's so many people trying to enter that place. I think there's a lot of really interesting ways in which you can get your game in front of people, and you've got to talk to as many people as possible and find out what's good for you. So the great thing here is being able just to sit down with an early build of our game and talk to people, show people, get some feedback, and ask them what's worked for them, share a few battle stories, and all that stuff's really helpful.
How easy do you find it engaging with the press, and have you had a chance to meet any besides ourselves here today?
Yeah, the press is going to be an interesting thing. I mean, the great thing about the games press is that they're all very passionate. They all attend quite a few talks where they actually talk to you about what you should do, games journalists, how to make things easy and accessible for them. And I think that can be a challenge, but if you've got a game that you're passionate about and that you're interested in, and that's got something that's of wider interest, I think there are real ways to access the games press, and hopefully I'll be finding a bit more about that at the event today.
And what are your targets for this year? I believe you said before that you've actually received some funding now, so you've sort of stepped up to the next level a bit. What mobile trends do you see dominating during the next year?
Well, we're trying to launch 2 versions of our game in the spring. It's called QuizTix. It's going to be a quiz game. Our challenge for that is to really go for a wider audience. We love our games. We've got a video games quiz coming out, so we might be asking some of you to contribute 3 questions to the game. But we really want to find out how do we reach these people who've got a smartphone but don't consider themselves gamers. Hopefully some of those answers are here, and we think that's going to be a challenge with a lot of games companies, is how do you get yourself discovered, how can you mix traditional types of PR and marketing with the kind of analytics driven types of user acquisition. I think there's different ways of doing it, and I'm just trying to teach as many people to find out what they find work for them. So I think user acquisition and going for that wider audience I think it's going to be a real kind of challenge. There are a lot of smartphone users out there, not all of them are gamers, and we think that games are going to grow as a category. They're a leading category that's going to grow, and we really need to work really hard at how we talk to everyone. So that's the challenge for me.
Okay, so mentioning challenges there, do you think there's anything that could be done at this conference or other conferences like this that aren't being done in any way that would help you to achieve those aims?
What I would really like to see is maybe getting people from outside the industry a bit more, maybe 1 or 2 brands who are interested in digital or games or are venturing into partnerships with games. So if you look at Red Bull, for example, they started doing kind of like video content and music partnerships, and I think that's going to happen more with games, and I'd like to see people from outside the games industry, maybe kind of like marketing agencies, maybe the music industry. There's a lot of synergy there, and I'd love to see some more music people there, and I'd like to see some more mainstream PR and press people about what do they think about the games industry. How can we get better stories and interesting stories about games out there? So that's something that I'm really interested in.
Okay, thanks very much for your time.
Thank you.
Wish you the best of luck for the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.